weird and gross, and I need him to go away.
I am done with Dave. I'm done with everything.
And then we're with Imogen and Eli, and she's still like he's like, give me the meds, I need them, and she's like, no, and I'm like, okay, this is dangerous.
This is super dangerous. I wrote, I hate Imogen and her dumb circle necklace, so that's where I'm at.
I wrote, Imogen, stop withholding his meds, with so many exclamation points. And then she encourages him to skip school. And then we're with Jenna and Casey, and she wants him to buy a new baby video monitor with, like, work money. But Casey's like, I want to quit, because he's like, internally is like, I need to stay away from Marisol.
Pretty much. Which, honestly, I think is kind of him doing the right thing.
Yeah, he should just get a different job.
He's like a teenage boy, so, like, just do something else, dude.
Yeah. And then we are with Riley at his birthday, like, dinner thing, and his dad got him a watch,
and he's very proud of him.
That must have cost a heap, which is what Riley says.
Oh my god. Sometimes Riley is just like a boy from the 50s.
And Athena and Zane are invited.
Yes.
I think Athena's family is there too. Yeah. They're like family friends.
And Riley's dad is talking about how proud he is of his son, and it's very sweet. And then they're talking about, like, Riley and Athena's future children, which is insane.
Yeah, they're like, and they say, like, girlfriend. Like, it's like, Riley's girlfriend. And it's like, oh boy, this is awkward.
Well, no, then Athena's like, oh, I think Riley's girlfriend would probably have a problem with that. Yeah. Because, like, she's trying to, like, give them an out. But right. Instead of being, like, relationship, she's, like, girlfriend.
Yeah.
And it's like, her mom's like, I thought you said it was complicated. And Zane's like, yeah, tell me about it. But, like, Zane is clearly feeling really shitty. And, like, that's super valid. Like, I understand this. Like, if I was Zane in this scenario, I'd be upset, too. It would feel really shitty. It feels shitty. I get that. Like, I'd be upset, too. But also, I think he has kind of unrealistic expectations for a high school relationship.
Oh, yeah. And just for Riley as a person.
That is a true fact. Although he has, like, grown in ways that we did not expect.
That's very true. And then we're with Eli and Imogen, and
they are my least favorite duo of all time. This is a train wreck.
And he's like, I'm broken because I'm not with Claire, and she was my riding partner. And she's like, I can help with that. And it's getting, like, more and more ominous the longer they're hanging out. They
decide to skip school.
Yeah.
She's like, let's skip school. And I don't know. She's just whatever.
And then,
and she's
we're at work.
And apparently she draws because she's drawing, and she's like, see, creativity is not hard. And I'm like, I really fucking hate this girl.
Oh, I hate her so much. And then we're back at work with Casey and Marisol, and he's like, I have to quit. And she's like, you can't quit. And then he's like, I don't make that much. And she's like, I can get you promoted. And then she kind of gets him promoted.
To busboy.
So he stays. Well,
I think that I actually I like the boss at Little Mistakes, because at first he was like, he's not even good at dishwashing, why? And then she mentions that he has, like, a child, yeah, and he's like, okay, you're promoted.
He's like, okay, we'll try it out next shift and see how it goes.
Yeah,
which is nice.
And then Imogen puts on the Claire outfit.
She goes into a thrift shop and dresses up like Claire so he can confront her.
And this is,
and it's, like, creepy as fuck.
Insane. This is not helpful. This is I mean, it ends up, I guess, working for him, but it's crazy.
But it's like weird and brainwashy.
Yeah, she's saying all these things that are very clearly not true about, like, their former relationship, and she's, like, just being mean to, like, break him of his Claire spell.
He's, like, yelling at quote unquote Claire, and she's like, I never loved you, like, you're stupid, like, I never believed in you, like, all these weird things, and he's, like, unstable, and hasn't been taking his medication, so he's like, he's easily influenced at the moment, and she's like being really like emotionally manipulative, and it's really horrible, and I hate it. And she's like really taking advantage of his situation to, like, weird, like, Stockholm syndrome him into, like, loving her. It's so unhealthy.
Seriously,
I hate it. It's so weird. I hate it. I wrote, this is so weird and unhealthy. I didn't like it. And then we're with Riley and Anya, and she's like, how was your birthday? And he's like, and she's like, oh no, you're like, your birthdays are supposed to be special. I'm sorry, it wasn't special.
She says specifically, your 18th is supposed to be special. I'm like, Anya, you're one to talk.
And then he's kind of telling her about his Zane problem and how he's like, if I want things to be good with my parents, like, I can't really be out, but Zane, like, hates that I am in the closet again and da-da-da or something.
And Anya gives him a good talk because she's like, you have to choose one or the other. You can't, like, do this. Because if we think about it, Anya, while it wasn't about, like, a sexual orientation thing, Anya has been through this, like, being hidden because of a person's relationship with their family thing. Like, that was her life for, like, over a year now. What was the song? And she's like, just like, you know,
in my experience, honesty is the best policy.
Yeah,
basically, or something. I don't know. And then
Riley has some thinking to do.
Yeah, and then we're with Claire, and she's trying to interview Eli,
and Eli is fully manic again.
Yeah, and he's like, let's talk at lunch. It's a date. Blah. I'm like, okay, this is not going to go well.
Yep. And then Casey is talking to Jenna about how he got promoted. And he's like, yeah, Marisol helped. And Jenna is rightfully suspicious of Marisol.
Oh, I know Marisol. I do not trust this.
She says, I know girls like Marisol. I used to be her type. Which is true. Yeah. She was. If anyone knows, it's Jenna.
And then
I used to be known as a boyfriend stealer.
Right. Oh my god.
I remember that version of Jenna.
That was like how she introduced herself to Claire and
seriously.
Allie, but then we're with Eli and Imogen, and he's like, she'll realize losing me was the biggest mistake she ever made. And then this is when we learn that Imogen is a fucking stalker. Because she, like, recites his entire, the entire last semester of his life to him.
Creepier than fuck.
And it's very creepy. It's very Rebecca Bunch, crazy ex-girlfriend.
It is, but, like, less likable.
Exactly. Yeah, and it's just, who the fuck are you, Imogen? Like, where have you been? She's like, full on stalker. It's really unhealthy. It's very unhealthy. And Eli's kind of picking up on the creepiness a little bit, I think.
He's like very out of it, but he's definitely like, oh, this is not good.
But then she's like, don't let the crazy get the best of you. That's what Claire wants. And I'm just like, what the fuck?
Because it's not just, he doesn't just like kind of cut. He gets up and he's like, you're a stalker. This is bad.
Yeah.
This is a mistake.
And then she's like gaslighting him into thinking like, he needs her, and that that Claire is making him crazy and making him think that she's creepy, even though she's just fucking creepy.
You guys, do people like Imogen? Sean likes Imogen.
Why?
What's happening? What happens? Does she get better?
Why?
Do you guys like her?
Does she get medicated and help? Like,
I hope so.
Oh my god. Dear God. Okay. Anyway, maybe she has multiple personality disorder.
No, it's borderline
personality disorder.
I think multiple personality disorder is called something else.
It's called something else, and also isn't like confirmed a thing. Maybe.
Yeah, it's something like that.
It's like a weird, like, people are still trying to figure out if that's actually a thing.
Yeah,
it's called like it's like has like a abbreviation. I don't know. I watched that show. Have you seen that show United States of Terror with Toni Collette? It's like about a woman with multiple personality disorder, but I don't remember what the real name of it is.
But I read a book that was like an autobiography by someone, but I think it ended up being like is this real? Like, was this proven to be? Was it like a James Frey situation with like a million little pieces where it was like some of it was made up or whatever or exaggerated?
I have no idea. Anyway, what are we? Then we're with Casey. Oh, we're at work, or I don't know. Casey and Marisol have a weird hug.
Yeah, they hug for way too long because he's like thanking her.
Right.
And they hug for like way too long.
And it's dangerous. And then Riley is with Zane. He's like, I need to talk to you. Are they at the dot?
Yeah, and Zane comes in all happy in his like obvious pleather jacket, let's be real. And he comes in all happy, and I'm like, he's definitely going to break up with him.
Yeah.
And
it's actually like really mature.
No,
like
it's
Riley
like the
does
right
it
call.
In a super mature way. He's like, hey, you're not happy, and I am not happy.
Well, he's just like, I'm not ready to do the thing you want me to do, and you're not going to be happy until I do that thing.
It's not fair to you. Yeah.
So he's very mature. I'm so
it's a
proud
very
of
mature
Riley.
breakup, but it's very sad. I feel bad for both of them.
I know. Like, neither of them want to break up. It's just that, like,
they've just come at, like, they
have an impasse.
They're at an impasse, and nobody wants to compromise. Which, like,
it's
neither
true.
of them have to. So.
It's true.
They broke up, and it's sad.
It hurts me inside.
And then we're with Eli, who I guess has come up with an idea for the play. And I don't remember what Imogen does, but I wrote down in all caps, Eli, she's so emotionally manipulative. SOS, get out of this. I don't know what she does.
Oh, so he goes in and he, like, does, like, his whole spiel to Fiona. Right. And she, like, applauds. And then Fiona walks away, and Imogen comes out from backstage, and she's like, I, like, chills, you're amazing, blah, blah, blah. And she's, like, being very manipulative. And she's like, I support you.
Yeah.
She's
I'm here for you.
She, like, honestly creeps me out.
She's creepy as fuck.
Is she gonna murder him?
I don't know.
She seems like she's gonna murder him.
She, like, wants to, like, live in his skin.
She totally does. It's honestly super creepy.
And then...
Manic pixie nightmare girl.
Seriously. And then we're with Marisol, who has Justin Bieber hanging in her locker.
Obviously. Also, Casey bought her an MP3 player.
For work. And I guess he also bought the video baby monitor, but he also bought the MP3.
How much is this dude making as a busboy?
Also, is it a Zune? What kind of MP3 player does he have?
Definitely a Zune. Oh my God. My friend Frankie, shouts out Frankie, who keeps saying he wants to listen to this podcast and never fucking does it. He had a Zune like years and years longer than anyone else had a Zune. He was the only one I knew who had one to begin with, and he kept it forever.
I think I remember somebody who I like in biology, we all sat at like lab tables in like groups of 4, and one of the guys at my table had a Zune, and I was like, like, even then, even when it was, like, relevant to have a Zune, I was like, that's stupid. Yeah. Just get an iPod. Come on.
Get it together.
Get it together, Trish. And then she kisses him on the cheek, and I hate it.
And I wrote bad. Danger Zone.
Yeah. And then... Oh, my
Eli
God. And then we're with Eli and Claire.
He does, like, the most manic, fastest limp I've ever seen on a human.
And then she's like, all right, tell me about the play. And he's like, I actually should be thanking you. Like, you're my muse for this. And his play, and then he just goes on to describe his play. And he's like, it's called Love Roulette. And it's about, like, this guy whose girlfriend, like, betrays him when a weird religious fanatic like tries to stab him in a school hallway, or
it's like a slightly distorted version of like
their past.
Yeah. And of like that whole, I've already forgotten that guy's name. Fitz.
The whole Fitz thing.
And
I just wrote down, oh my God, Eli is unwell.
Yeah. And Claire's like, you can't do that. That's not how it happened.
And he's
and Imogen like basically pops up from behind him, and she's like, he doesn't need you anymore. Crazy eyes.
It's so creepy.
Craziest eyes.
And then she pours his meds in the garbage, and the episode ends.
Yeah. Claire's like, you're not taking your pills, are you? And he's like, I don't need them. And then she and I don't remember if she does it or if Eli does it, but one of them very dramatically.
Oh no, he does. He pours his meds in the garbage as she like maniacally looks at it. It is not good. It is so unhealthy. What is going on?
I don't know. She's unwell.
I do not care for her.
Nope.
Not in the slightest.
Nope. Hate her.
It's very bad. It's a bad time. Why do people like her?
Nobody's
do people like her?
I don't know. Sean likes her.
Why?
I don't know.
Why?
I don't know. He wouldn't explain it the other
day. Don't
understand. So unclear.
Well, maybe it would be a spoiler.
That is true.
Spirit Squad captain. I'm gonna say Riley.
Yeah,
he did what he needed to do. He handled it in a mature way. He's moving at his own pace. Ship. Nobody.
Literally no one.
I would say Riley and Zane, but then they break up and it bums me out.
Yeah, no one. Everyone sucks.
Still
the Anya and Eli friendship.
Oh, yeah. You mean Fiona?
Whatever. Yeah.
I'll also friendship Anya and Riley because I still love it.
Yeah, it's still good.
Moral. Take your medication. Don't hang out with Imogen.
Seriously.
Specifically, just for anybody, do not hang out with that girl.
Seriously.
For somebody like her.
Any sort of psychiatric